Hello, everyone. This is the meditation continued on Sukhmani Sahib. Today, we're going to cover the second shlok and the second ashtapadi. And I'm calling this the Waterfall of Hari's name because the second ashtapadi has a particular phrase that was repeated many times, I found. And that phrase was Hari Ko Naam. So my meditation really focused on Hari Ko Naam, specifically Hari, and I'll share with you what I've learned. But before we start that, notice that either Hari or Naam is not present in the shlok, but it's implied. The shlok is Deen Darad Dukh Bhanjana Ghat Ghat Nath Anath. O destroyer of pains, the sufferings of the poor, O master of each and every heart, master of the masterless. Saran tumhari aayo, I have come to seek your sanctuary. Nanak ke prabsad. And Prabhu is now with me. Or I have got my Guru along with me. We covered this last time. In the last couple of sessions, we've covered how the first ashtapadi focused on putting Hari's name within the heart. Kinka ek jis jiye basave. And so we're going to progress from that. The first ashtapadi, the word that was repeated multiple times, was Simro. Simro, Simar, Simar, Sukh Pao. And this time, in the second ashtapadi, the phrases that are repeated are Hari Ko Naam. It is this Hari Ko Naam that is the Deen Dukh Bhanjana. It is the Hari Ko Naam that is the Ghat Ghat Nath Anath. It is this Hari Ko Naam that we seek the sanctuary for. Saran tumhari aayo. Nanak ke prabsad, it's the Hari Ko Naam. Eventually you become imbued in the color of Hari's name. Let's listen to the Shabad. Thakur tum sar nahi aaya. We're going to be listening to this Shabad. While you listen to this Shabad, think about the second shlok here, Deen Darad Dukh Bhanjana, Ghat Ghat Nath Anath. Think of any shabads these remind you of. Of course, this reminded me of Thakur tum sar nahi aaya, utar gayo mere man ka sansa, jab te darshan paya. So we'll be playing this shabad again and again in this meditation, and then I'll be talking about what I've learned about Hari Ko Naam. So here we go. Thakur tum sar nahi aaya. Thakur tum sar nahi aaya. Uttar gayo mere man ka sansar. उत्तर गयो मेरे मन का संसार. जब ते दर्शन पाया पाया. ठाकुर तुम शरणाइया. ठाकुर तुम शरणाई आया. Thakur, tum sarnai aaya. O name of Hari, I have come to your sanctuary. You are the waterfall that sees not. You are the Deen Darad Dukh Bhanjana. You are the Ghat Ghat Nath Anath. You are the one who I want to be with. And that's why I've come to your sanctuary. With my Guru Saran Tumhari Ayo, Nanak Ke Prabsad. Let me go through this ashtapadi. One of my things I wanted to do as I was meditating on this ashtapadi, I was wondering if there was one stanza I could take and compose a shabad out of it. In the second ashtapadi, I've historically not had many compositions, any compositions. I've also not seen a lot of people sing from this ashtapadi. So I was reading the ashtapadi, and I'll sort of take you through the process of why I picked the shabad I picked, and why I picked the words I picked, and why Hari Ko Naam is what Guru Sahib wants us to meditate upon here. So let me share with you the words here. Let's see. You can see this ashtapadi. It starts on page 263. It says here, and starts with the shlok, like all ashtapadis start. And the start of the shlok is Deen Darad Dukh Bhanjana. And then it goes right into the first stanza of the ashtapadi. So this is the first stanza. And here Guru Sahib is explaining what he meant by Nanak Ke Prabsad. He's going with the Guru, he's going with oneness. He says no one else is important, nothing else holds stay. So the ashtapadi starts, Jahe Maat Pita Sut Meet Na Bhai, where there is no mother, father, children, friends, or siblings. Man uha naam tere sang sahi. That's where Naam resides with you. Doesn't this remind us of Take Ek Raghunath? Jai Simrat Sankat Mite Daras Tuhara Hoye. It reminds us of Guru Tegh Bahadur's shloks, Nome Malle de shlok. When we continue on this ashtapadi, says Jeh Mahabhayan Doot Jam Dale Teh Keval Naam Sang Tere Chale. Where no one goes with you, name comes with you. And here's where we see the first Har Ko Naam. Jeh Mushkil Hove At Bhari Har Ko Naam Khin Mahe Udhari. Where it becomes very difficult, when the obstacles are very heavy. Har Ko Naam Khin Mahe Udhari. The name of Hari, in an instant, it rescues you. And this very ashtapadi, we're not going to go through each and every line, but I just wanted to show you how Har Ko Naam is repeated. And then Har Ko Naam is repeated again. He says, Anik Punah Charan Karat Nahi Taray Har Ko Naam Kot Paap Par Haray. You might perform countless religious rituals, but that doesn't necessarily save you. What saves you is the name of Hari. Har Ko Naam Kot Paap Par Haray. If you have millions of sins, they are washed off by Har Ko Naam. Gurmukh Naam Japo Man Mere Nanak Pavo Sukh Ghanere. And notice how the first ashtapadi, the themes from the first ashtapadi are repeated here. Not just the themes, also the rhymes. Simro, Simar, Simar Sukh Pao. Nanak Pao Sukh Ghanere. Pao, the rhyming with Simro, and Sukh, Simro Simar Sukh Pao. So here's how beautifully the first and the second ashtapadi are connected. But then Guru Sahib is focused on Har Ko Naam. So if we go to the next stanza of the same ashtapadi, second stanza, Guru Sahib continues the jap on Har Ka Naam. Notice, Sagal Srisht ko Raja Dukhiya, Har Ka Naam Japat Hoye Sukhiya. We talked about Sukh. Everyone is suffering. Guru Nanak says, Nanak Dukhiya Sab Sansar. Guru Arjan Dev here says, even the rulers of the world, who we think have everything in the world that we would want, even they are unhappy. Sagal Srisht ko Raja Dukhiya, Har Ka Naam Japat Hoye Sukhiya. It is because of the meditation on Hari Ka Naam that provides you, that takes you to peace from suffering. And again, the Hari Ka Naam continues, Lakh karori bandh na pare, Har Ka Naam japat nistare, Anik maya rang tikh na bujhave, Har Ka Naam japat aghave. So you see how Har Ka Naam continues this meditation on Har Ka Naam. Chhutat nahi kot lakh bahi, Naam japat teh par parahi. Anik bighan jeh aaye sanghare, Har Ka Naam tatkal udhare. It's the Har Ka Naam, the name of Hari. Anik jon janme mar jam, Naam japat pave bisram. Hau maila mal kabhu na dhove, Har Ka Naam kot paap khove. Aisa naam japo man rang, Nanak paiye sad ke sang. This Har Ka Naam is obtained in the company of the holy, in the company of the saints. So again, you see, this is the third antara of the second ashtapadi, and we are still doing this meditation on Hari Ka Naam. Now I'll go to the fourth ashtapadi, and this really attracted me. This is the one I ended up choosing, and I'll tell you why. But it has the Har Ka Naam as well. Jai marag ke gane jaye na kosa, Har Ka Naam uha sang tosa. On the path where miles cannot be counted, there Hari's name becomes your sustenance. Tosa, tosha, what you eat on the way. Jeh pandey maha andh gubara, Har Ka Naam sang ujiyara. On the journey where there's total pitch darkness, andh gubara, Har Ka Naam sang ujiyara. Hari Ka Naam, the name of Hari, provides the light when there is absolute pitch darkness. Jahan panth tera kona se janu, Har Ka Naam tehnal pachanu. Where no one recognizes you on the way, Hari Ka Naam tehnal pachanu. Because of the name of the Hari that is on your tongue, everyone knows who you are. Jai Mahabhayan tapat bhaogam, Te Hari ke naam katum upar chham. Jai Mahabhayan tapat bhaogam, where there's awesome and terrible heat and blazing sunshine. Te Har ke naam ki tum upar chham. That's where the name of Hari gives you shade. This is very interesting. I am in India right now, and it's sort of the fag end of the summer season, but the monsoons are falling, and there was a lot of rain, and so I could connect with this. Jai Mahabhayan tapat bhaogam, when there's terrible heat and blazing sunshine, there the name of Hari becomes the shade, and It's been raining so hard here in Delhi. जहां त्रिखा मन तुझ आकर खे, तह नानक हर हर amrit bark hai. You see the connection here with the first ashtapadi and also the rahautuk. We covered the rahautuk. Remember the rahautuk for Sukhmani is Sukhmani Sukh Amrit Prabhana Bhagat Jana Ke Mana Bisra. Sukhmani Sukh Amrit Prabhana. This naam is Amrit. Jahan trikha man tujh akark hai, teh nanak har har amrit bark hai. I want to ask you at this point, because this was absolutely what was around me, the monsoon and the heat. I thought I should be singing this. This is the message from the Guru. But I also wanted to put Har Ka Naam as the standard repetition element, meditation element in the Shabad. If you notice, if you sing the Ashtapadi's stanza as a Shabad, so this is not a complete Ashtapadi, this is just one of the stanzas of the Ashtapadi. But if you just sing this as the Shabad, you can choose any of these lines. You can choose any of these lines as the repetition element, the Rahauto. Har ka naam teh naal pachanu, or har ke naam ki tum upar chham, or हर का नाम उहाँ संग तोसा, और जहाँ त्रिखा मन तुझे करख है, तह नानक हर हर अमृत बरख है. You can choose any one. And I chose something, and I'm going to share that with you after we listen to Thakur Tum Sarnaiya again. But as you listen to Thakur Tum Sarnai Aya, think about, if this was your Shabad, what would you repeat after each stanza? And then I'll share with you the composition I have. So let's listen to Thakur Tum Sarnai. So Thakur Tum Sarnai Aya. I was meditating on this line, Jahan trikha man tujhe akark hai, teh nanak har har amrit bark hai. And I thought that would be the most appropriate line to repeat. But even between the lines, there is the repetition of har har. And I thought, why not just make har har the repetition a meditation? So I created a meditation that's in a 3-beat, and 3 beats are generally good for meditations. If you notice, Jap Sab is in a 3-beat cycle. Gave ko taan, hove kise taan. Those are also in that body is in a 3-beat cycle. A 3-beat cycle encourages repetition because the 3 sort of doesn't end, and then you feel like you want to repeat in a cycle. So it's about cyclicality. Also notice har har amrit bark hai. I was listening to the rain a couple of mornings ago, and as the rain was falling, it was making this rolling sound, this R sound. And it seemed like every drop was saying har har, sh 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 sh, har 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 har. And so it's beautiful. It's not just the word. The word also sounds like the amrit that is falling. So I thought about this. What could be the relationship of of har and falling. And I think I've come up with sort of a new etymology, and I'll go through that in a minute. Let me just sing for you what I'm thinking of in this composition. Har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, amrit barkhe. Har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, amrit barkhe. Har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, amrit barkhe. जहाँ त्रिखा मन तुझ आकर खे, तै नानक हर हर अमृत बरखे. हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, अमृत बरखे. जय मार्ग कै गन जाए न कोसा, हर का नाम उहाँ संग तोसा. जय मार्ग के गन जाए न कोसा, हर का नाम उहाँ संग तोसा. And each stanza now becomes about how Hari is amazing. On the path where miles cannot be counted, that's where Hari's name becomes your sustenance. Jai Marg ke gane jaye na kosa, har ka naam uha sang tosa. And you see how beautifully this line comes back to har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, har har, amrit barkhe. जहाँ त्रिखा मन तुझे आकर खे, तै नानक हर हर अमृत बरखे. I'll eventually record this, but I'll maybe sing one other stanza. जेह पैंड महाअंध गुबारा, हर का नाम संगो जियारा. हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, अमृत बरखे. हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, अमृत बरखे. हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, हर हर, amrit barkhe. You see the power of this R in repetition. Then I started thinking about how the language is a vessel of meaning, where each letter and each syllable not just contains a sound, but a deep connotation that resonates through culture, our history, our collective consciousness. Among these letters, the letter R, it holds a particularly important, it has a potent significance. It has this importance. It's often, I found in my research, I looked at different words, I found that it's often associated with continuity. It's often associated with repetition. It's often associated with cyclical, the cyclical nature of existence, cyclicality. And if you closely examine words across languages, you will see how there's this sense of recurrence, even recurrence and repetition. These words have the word R in it. It seems to hold the key of endlessness and return. Har har, infinity. The essence of R in repetition, if you think about R, it's in a roll, a vibration that mirrors the concept of something that is recurring, a phenomenon that's happening again and again. It's evident in words, like I said, like repeat, recurring, remembrance. It's there. Remembrance has two R's in it. Similarly, in Punjabi, Sanskrit, Hindi, the word simmer ends with the R. It's a repetition of the divine name. Mantra has an R in it. And it has two connotations, mantra, mind and ra. So the repetition in the mind is mantra. See how R is repeatedly used in different languages for repetition. You can also take some cultural and perhaps linguistic examples. Many languages, R is sort of integral to this repetition. For instance, in Gurbani we use the Rahau. Rahau. It's used in poetry on hymns to suggest a pause, or where you can think. A pause where your thoughts can repeat, their thoughts can play, you can reflect. Reflection has an R in it. Lingering has an R in it, and repeat has an R in it. And the word rehna, staying in one place, being a repetition of existence day after day. Ghar ends with a ra. Ghar. Ghar seems like something that you have to dig for, some place you would live, but you would stay there. Ra. Ghar. And there's R in both in rain and in varsha and in barish. There's a R in drops. Drops are falling again and again. The rain has the R in it. Whether it's varsha or barsa or barish, they all have R in it. Rhythm has R in it. And what does rhythm do? It repeats. Rhythm. Water has R in it. And bar, we say something bar. Bar has R in it. And now as I am doing this meditation, I can hear the rain outside. And you know what it sounds like? They say in English, pitter patter. Pitter patter. It has an R in it. It's a repetition of the raindrops falling on the ground and the sound that it makes. And where else should we go? The word Amrit, the nectar of immortality, which underscores the idea of living again and again and again, an eternal state of being. Isn't it beautiful that this R sound has this notion of timelessness and continuity? The R is prevalent in words that have sort of natural and spiritual processes as well. The word that Guru Nanak uses for oneness, ek onkar, ends with a ra, because the sound is repeated again and again. And many years ago when I had done an essay on onkar, I talked about how the kar can have multiple meanings, and one of the meanings was repetition. For instance, if you if you want to have a repetition of one, 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 you say Oankar, ek Oankar. If it is pitch black, a repetition of darkness, it's called Andhakar, because the repetition ends with the r. Isn't that beautiful? Also, the word guru, which we say, normally we say, gu means darkness and ru means remover. We can also say that a guru is someone who removes darkness again and again and again. So I found this beautiful, that this Hari is made of two akshars, right? Ha, and Rara, H and R, and this R is supposed to be is used in so many ways in repetition. Also, the word color, it refers to a hue that, when spread or seen repeatedly, it becomes a color. A color becomes a color because there's a hue that's repeated. When a cat is purring, we say it's purr purr. When the wind is blowing, we say sar sar ki awaaz aa rahi hai. Isn't it beautiful? Because the wind is blowing again and again. And when a waterfall is falling, we call it a jharna, because it's falling, it's going jhar jhar, jhar jhar. So that's why I thought it was beautiful that we were looking at this R of the Hari. So you see how meditations can become about words. We're looking at Hari ka naam, and we're just considering this one letter of Hari's name, the R, and it has connotations of repetition in different cultures, different languages, so many different ways. I've been traveling to India, and I recently bought this book by Gulzar, and I was reading a poem in this book, and I'll read that for you. And it has this is the reason why we call this session the Waterfall of Hari's name, because he uses the word jharna, and it reminded me of this. So let me share this poem with you. I think I typed it out for you. Here we go. Gulzar Sahib, I'll read it first in Hindi and then I'll read the English. कितना लंबा होगा झरना, सारा दिन कोहसार पकड़ के नीचे उतरता रहता है, फिर भी ख़त्म नहीं होता. सारा दिन ही बादलों में ये वादी चलती रहती है, न रुकती है न थमती है. बारिश का बरबत भी बजता रहता है, लंबी लंबी हवा की उंगलियां थकती नहीं. जंगल में आवाज़ नदी की बोलते बोलते बैठ गई है, भारी लगती है आवाज़ नदी की. The voice of the river has slowed down and it becomes a konkar. It's become this mature sound. So the translation of this poem by Gulzar is done by Pavan K. Verma. He says, how long must be the stream that holding on to the rock, it can keep descending the whole day without ever stopping. This valley journeys the whole day in the clouds. It neither stops nor pauses. The harp of rain keeps playing. The long fingers of the wind never tire. In the forest, the river's voice has become hoarse by constantly talking. It is heavy and gruff, this river's voice. The waterfall of Hari's name. The waterfall, Hari's name. Sumit ji is saying that was a very good one, Veerji. Please do record Har Har Amrit Barkhe. Yeah, we will record it, and I will also put it in the Seekers group. So anyone who wants to learn and sing with me can join that. I'll make it both a collaboration and sort of something I will teach, and we will learn it together. So absolutely, we will be doing it. There are also many other shabads that I was thinking of that we will do that are about Hari. So we will do those as well. And just to give you a quick sense of what I'm thinking, Guru Nanak says, "Har bin jiyara reh na sake, खिन सतगुर बूझ बुझाई, बिन सतगुर कैसे जियो मेरी माई, बिन दर्शन कैसे जियो मेरी माई." So हर बिन जियरा रह ना सके. So many years ago I had done this Har Har meditation. It's still available. If you look up Har Har meditation, Shivpreet Singh, you will find it, and it's in Rag Tilak Kamod. We will be doing that Shabad. We will also be doing in that meditation Dekh Phool Phool Phule from Guru Arjan Dev Ji. He says, "Ahem tyag tyage, charan kamal page, tum milo prabh sabhage, har chet man mere, har chet man mere, har chet man mere." And this is a meditation of Har Har vis-a-vis flowers. In the color of Basant. And there's also a Shabad, a beautiful, beautiful Shabad by Guru Tegh Bahadur, I'm thinking of doing. And he says, "Har ko naam sada sukhdai, jaan ko simar ajamal udhreo, ganika hu gat pai, har ko naam sada sukhdai." That's in Rag Maru, and we'll cover that in that meditation as well. And that I'll potentially be doing in the Seekers group. So there's one more thing I wanted to share with everyone, and then we'll end the meditation there. And what I wanted to share was this repetition of divinity in the form of R. And we looked at sort of the linguistic and cultural expressions. But there are a couple of shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita which are actually quite popular, where Krishna tells you who he is and why he's here. And of course, Hari is the name of Krishna, right? So Krishna is Hari personified, and he says, "Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham." Basically, he says, "Yada yada hi dharmasya," whenever there's a decline in righteousness and an increase in unrighteousness, glanir bhavati bharata. Bharata is Arjun. He's talked to Arjun. He's saying, "Hey, whenever the righteousness goes down and unrighteousness goes up, O Arjun, I come and I manifest myself on earth. Srijamyaham abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham." I come, I manifest, so I can rectify everything. And then he continues what Hari does. He says, "Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha drushkritam," that I have come here to protect the righteous and to annihilate the wicked. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. I'm going to I'm here to establish the purpose of dharma. Dharma sanstathapna thanaye sambhavami yuge yuge. I have come to establish the principles of dharma, and I will exist sambhavami. Sambhav, I will exist, Tham Bhavami, Yuge Yuge, in every yug, in every century, in every millennium, I will exist. So here's Krishna telling us how Hari and the concept of Hari exists so we can have a balance. It's not a merely theological statement. It speaks to the fundamental principle of continuity that's echoed in the natural world, in its language and its spiritual realm. The recurrence presence of Hari, of Krishna, it's like the rhythmic beat of R emphasizes the ongoing nature of existence, where life and morality and the divine are perpetually renewed. Ra is renewal. And we talked about how Ghar is about coming back home. Amrit is about immortality. In this light, R of the Har has become more than just a letter. It's a symbol of divine continuity. It's an eternal force that manifests in the world through the repeated acts of creation, preservation, and renewal. Right? It's the cycle of life. Har Har, Har Har. So Krishna's declaration that I come here all the time, it's not just a promise of sort of divine intervention. It's a reflection of the very structure of the universe, that the repetition of the rhythm of life, the R is the sound that carries it forward, the repetition of breath captured by the phrase Har Har. And this is where I want to end. Har does not have just one word, one letter, Ra. We talked about the Ra. It also has the other letter, which is Ha. I was looking at the etymology of Har. Let me see if I can find this etymology. Yeah, so if you look on Wikipedia, you will find the etymology of Hari. He says, Adi Shankara basically said, Hari is derived from the verbal root har, to grab, to seize, to steal. Kisi ko har lena, kisi no har lena, to take away, to grab away, to steal something. In that context, in Vaishnavism, it was interpreted as to take away from evil, or to take away from sin, to remove all the evil. So you becomes Vishnu, or Hari becomes that who destroys the sansara, or all the Maya. Anything that destroys Maya will now present oneness as is. I found another compelling way of having an etymology of Har. If Ra means repetition, Ha is the basic syllable of breath. Ha. It's how we breathe. It's how we laugh. Ha is connected to air, and air, Guru Nanak says, is Guru, Pavan Guru. Ha, Ra, that's why it becomes a repetition of the breath. See how beautiful it is that Hari can also be interpreted as the repetition of breath, or just basically being, living is Har. So when we repeat the words Hari, Hari, we are basically becoming true to ourselves. We are being true to our own being. We are being. We are living. That's the importance of Hari. That's the waterfall of Hari. In the end, I'm just going to share sort of Guru Nanak's Mool Mantra. If you were to define Hari through Guru Nanak's Mool Mantra, he would say, Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purakh Nirbhav Nirvair Akal Murt Ajuni Saibang Gur Prasad. So now the interpretation becomes, Hari embodies the eternal sound of oneness, a vibration that reverberates without end. Hari is the repetition of truth, Satnam, the continual echo of existence in its most pure and undivided form, Akal Murat. Karta Purakh, continuous, non-stopping. The complete form, Purakh, undivided form. Nirbhav, Nirvair, Akal Murat, the divine presence is not just a force that permeates the cosmos, but a constant process, a continual process of removing fear, Nirbhav. But it's not just once, it's a continuous process of removing fear, of dissolving strangeness, Nirvair. It's a process of removing fear and removing strangeness, dissolving strangeness again and again, erasing any enmity, Nirvair, Akal Murat. Hari is the eternal removal of the bounds of time. You are not constrained between the head and your toe, like Walt Whitman says. You're not constrained between when you were born and when you would die. You are not constrained in the bounds of time. You are Akal Murat, a Juni. You're a force that balances the cycles of joy and sorrow, birth and death. You have unwavering constancy. Hari is self-arising. Again and again it arises by himself. Ajuni Saibhang. And it's a Gur Prasad. It is a gift that is both the giver and it's the gift itself. Who gives you Hari? Hari gives you Hari. And what do you get? You get Hari. It is both the gift and the giver. It is continually manifesting, renewing. And the repetition of Hari is not merely about the recurrence, but about the ceaseless emergence of divine wholeness, the endless rhythm of being and doing that sustains the universe. So join us for these meditations that we will continue in the Seekers group on Hari. Hari, 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 Hari. Louise is saying, breath is the link between the vastness within and the vastness of the universe. How beautifully said. So we're going to end at that note. Wonderful seeing all of you. I really enjoyed learning more about Hari and focusing on each word, each letter. And I was also reminded of Guru Nanak's words while I was doing that. Guru Nanak says, Asank nao, asank thao, agam agam asank lo, asank hai sir bhar hoye. And then he says, Akhri naam, akhri sala. Akhri naam. It's by collecting different letters you form the name. So it's important to understand. To understand name, Har ka naam, you have to understand both Ha and Ra. And then you will understand what the meditation of Hari is. With those blessings from Guru Nanak, we'll end here. Sonia ji is asking how to join the group. We started last month. Last month was our first month, and we were going to open a wait list, and we will take newcomers this month. We are actually having a physical meeting in Delhi sometime on the 10th. I think 10th of September, we'll be having a meeting in Delhi, in Saket somewhere, and I'll let everyone know next week as well. I'll also put more information on it on Instagram. So the way to join the group is to just contact me by Instagram or email, or there are some other emails that I'll be sharing in my Instagram post, so you can send emails to a couple of other people within the Seekers group. If you know anyone in the Seekers group, you can email them and they'll connect you. So there are several founding members of Seekers group, so you can contact them. Otherwise, you can just email me. Will the meeting be in the daytime or in the evening? This meeting will be in the daytime. So it will be in the afternoon, I believe, on the 10th, and it'll be in Saket somewhere. We'll let everyone know. Okay, wonderful seeing all of you. See you next week. Hopefully next time I won't have the jet lag, and so I'll be doing it. I'll be doing the meditation at the right time. Well, it's around. It's turned the hour. It's 7:01. We'll end it here. It was wonderful seeing all of you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.